Welcome to Tom Lara Field here in San Bruno as the Crawdads are set to face the San Francisco Seagulls for the second game in a row. Crawdads trying to extend their win streak to 4 games and sweep San Francisco, as it'll be Reese Appleby on the mound for San Francisco. Here in the top of the first inning, leading off for the Crawdads, Sam Jenkins, the lefty hitter. This inning it'll be Jenkins, Calvillo, and Ellis. Crawdads come in today, like I said, on a 3-game win streak, winning a series over Sonoma and winning yesterday 4-0 over the Seagulls. It'll be the right-hander Reese Appleby for the Seagulls, facing off against the lefty Jenkins, who gets the start today after being in and out of the lineup these past few games. The righty stares in, now kicks and fires the first delivery. Ball inside, fastball around the knees, 1-0 on Jenkins. Jenkins has gotten a lot of hits when he's in the lineup, as he waits in the back of the box. Appleby staring in, the man from Cal Poly. There's a fastball high and outside, 2-0, another take from Jenkins.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Casey. In 4 of Jenkins' last 5 games, he's got hits, including yesterday.
He's been very consistent for the Crawdads, a man from Baylor, also a good defensive anchor in center field. He waits on a 2-0 count with nobody out here in the top of the first, as he dribbles it over toward short. Mayer flips to first in time, and there's one away.
Tough break off the inside breaking ball there. Appleby, nice pitch. Jenkins has a tough time getting low in the zone. Rolls it over.
Yeah, jammed him quite a bit there, as you could see. So that'll bring up Cam Calvillo, right-handed hitter, hitting .238 on the year. As Appleby touches the first base side of the rubber here against the righty hitter. He waits and swings at the first pitch he sees, flies it out to left field. Ramirez there. It's a glove up for the catch. 2 away.
Crawdads hitters aggressive early in this one against Appleby and the Seagulls. 2 quick outs, though. Perhaps they want to wait a little bit, see what Appleby's offering.
Appleby on the season, 4.32 ERA, 8 1/3 innings of work. Not too bad for a team that has pretty high ERA as a team. It's about a 7 ERA this season as a group, as Ryan Ellis, a lefty hitter, playing DH today, digs in for the Crawdads with 2 away, scoreless here on the top of the first. Ellis on the inner part of the box, takes inside, 1-0. Ellis has moved around ever since having that knee injury a few games ago against the Legends, but he's playing DH today. With his bright red bat, the 1-0. So he fouls it high right side. That might hit a car. Be 1-1 on Ellis. That ball went far ways away.
Absolutely. Well down the right field line. Ellis, like you mentioned, Casey, playing all over the diamond, was at second yesterday, 0 for 4. Trying to get his first hit in a couple games.
Put all 4 of those balls in play, but again, did not get a hit. 2 away here in the inning. 1-1 on Ellis. Appleby deals outside. 2-1, taken again. Ellis started his collegiate career at St. Mary's, where a handful of Crawdads call home. Now at UT Arlington. The 2-1. That one high. Fastball. Good location, just a little bit high, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Ellis is a very disciplined hitter. Looking for a new home in the transfer portal, as he's been battling injuries, didn't play this spring.
Try to get aboard here on the 3-1 count with 2 away here in the top of the first. Takes outside, ball 4. So Ellis is aboard as the Crawdads get a 2-out walk. Appleby allows his first base runner, and that'll bring up Brandon Clisby, who's also back in the lineup today.
Okay, so you know what happened yesterday with a 2-out walk and a catcher due up in the cleanup spot in the bottom of the first?
I just remember a high towering ball that left the yard.
That is correct.
But no Zach Justice in the lineup today. It's the righty hitter Brandon Clisby with a man aboard, as Reese Appleby will pitch from the stretch. The 2 outs, the first delivery to Clisby, high and tight. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. Clisby hitting .324 on the year. He's on a 3-game hitting streak. Played in 2 of the 3 games against Sonoma and didn't play yesterday. Ellis with a short lead at first. Appleby fires in the 1-0. Fastball again outside. 2-0 on Clisby.
And Clisby Not exactly the same power hitter that Zach Justice is, who flashed it yesterday, but definitely a great hit tool, great speed, should he get on.
Crawdads have a good mixture of catchers behind the dish, even with Joe Coupland in that mix. Throw back over to first by Appleby. Ellis digs in head first. Safe. 2 away in the inning. In the top of the first in a mildly windy day here in San Bruno. Wind expected to pick up. Crawdads looking to stay undefeated against the Seagulls. 2-0. High pop-up foul behind us. Count goes to 2-1 on Clisby. 2 away. Clisby, when he has played, like you said, good hitter, 324 on the year. 1 extra base knock, a double. Trying to keep that consistency going. 3-1 count on Clisby. Here it comes. Excuse me, 2-1 is taken inside. 3-1. Ellis still over there at first. Crawdads trying to tack on early. They've done well in games when they have. Appleby fires in, runner goes. Pitch outside, ball 4. Doesn't matter. So it's back-to-back walks after back-to-back outs. As Ryan Ellis goes to second, Clisby over to first. And that'll bring up Riley Leininger.
Crawdads with another very patient approach. All of these Crawdads hitters able to work walks, force pitchers to try to paint the zone, and a lot of the times it's worked in their favor.
Quick meeting on the mound already between Cage Cascone, the pitching coach, and Reese Appleby. It'll be Riley Leininger with 2 on, 2 out here in the scoreless top of the first. Again, we mentioned the Crawdads with a lot of success in games when they score early.
They've scored in the first inning. Past 3 games, Kasey definitely has helped them win 3 straight.
Riley Leininger will try to keep the inning going. Lefty hitter digs in against the righty Appleby. Leininger with a lot of size, 6'2", 225 pounds. 2 on with 2 out. Appleby from the stretch, fires home. Fouled off to the left side on the ground, 0-1. Leininger leads the Crawdads with 15 walks. He's had that good discipline we've talked about. Been on base 15 straight games. He's the only Crawdad to appear in every game. That'll be an 0-1 to Leininger with 2 away. Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. Leininger has struggled a little bit to get that contact for extra bases this season, but when he's put it in play, he's been able to leg out plenty of singles. 2 on as Ellis dances at second. Called strike around the knees, 1-2.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Kasey, Leininger actually surprising speed for a guy with his size, 6'2", 225. Moves pretty fluidly.
Defense by and large pretty good for him at third as well. Few errors on the year, but he's been able to mobilize pretty well. 1-2 on Leininger, 2 away. First and second for the Crawdads here in the top of the first. The 1-2 home. Half swing didn't go. Curveball inside taken low, 2-2.
There's that trademark patience for Leininger. Was able to track the ball into the glove of Chavez, knew as soon as it braked out of the zone and held up.
2-2 on Leininger with his open stance. 2 on, 2 away. Appleby trying to get out of the first without any damage. The 2-2 home. Inside. Taken for ball 3. Leininger lunges out of the way. Full count.
Appleby trying to paint the inside corner there, but yanks the fastball a little too far.
Leininger in the transfer portal out of Oklahoma, where he called home in 2025 but didn't play. Both runners will be in motion here on the payoff with 2 away. Here it comes. And it's hit out to left field. Ramirez trying to track it down. He'll find it in the sun and make the catch. The Crawdads leave 2 on. And after they get 2 walks, we'll head to the bottom of the first. 0-0 ball game.
Now batting number 26, Matt
Welcome back here in the bottom of the first inning. Crawdads and Seagulls scoreless. It'll be Brady Wilson, the right-hander, on the hill for the Crawdads. Enters with a 9.81 ERA in 3 appearances. So this will be his 4th. Facing off here against the Seagulls, a place where Brady Wilson has thrived on the hitting and pitching end. So face Matt Galvin, the righty hitter, digs in, takes a strike. Inner part of the plate, 0-1. Galvin playing center field today. Went 0 for 2 yesterday with a pop-up and a ground out. The 0-1. Grounded over toward short. Calvillo charging, throws on the run to first in time as Levitt McGee digs it up, and there's one away.
Good play there from Calvillo. Throw is a little bit closer than you'd probably like it to Levitt McGee, but starts his defensive day strong over at short. Not his natural position, but playing there again today.
Played third yesterday. So that'll bring up Thomas Mayer, righty hitter, playing shortstop today. First offering from Wilson. Fastball over the heart of the plate, 0-1. We talked to Brady Wilson pregame. He said his fastball is the one he likes to go with the most. So you can see right there, very accurate pitch. The 0-1 with one away. That time in the dirt. Goes back to the heater, 1-1. Mayer at UC San Diego. A rising sophomore. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. His lone hit being a single in a game the Seagulls were shut out. The 1-1. Hit high behind us, foul. 1-2. Mayer out of Torrey Pines High School, originally from San Diego. Has the opportunity to play his college ball down south, but his collegiate ball up here north. Wilson stares in, begins the windup on the 1-2. Another ball foul, right side out of play. 1-2 again.
Limer continues to attack with that fastball, something you noted he would likely do, Kasey, and that's just his best pitch. High 80s, low 90s. Wonder if he'll mix in some off-speed stuff here for the punch-out.
The 1-2 with one away. Close pitch just inside. 2-2 on Mayer. Here in this scoreless ball game where the Crawdads left 2 on in the top of the first. The 2-2. Hit out to shallow center field. Jenkins charging. He'll make the catch. 2 away.
Jenkins really took a couple steps back as you're taught to do in the outfield, but realized quickly that one was going to be well shallow. So that's a nice job attacking on the angle.
The wind is a factor here, as it is at Monte Vista, but might even be worse here. So that'll bring up Jake Brewer, one of 9 righties in the order. Every hitter for San Francisco, a righty. Wilson begins his windup, fires, hit sharply over towards second. But Esquivel picks up the hop, throws to first in time, and the side is retired in order. We'll go to the top of the second. Crawdads and Seagulls scoreless. Still scoreless here in the top of the second inning.
This is your hot dog
Reese
run.
Appleby still on the hill for San Francisco. He allowed 2 walks last inning. That was all. He left both on. Crawdads will send Cam Taylor, Levitt McGee, and Chris Esquivel to the dish as Taylor digs in for the first time. Hitting lefty. Did not play yesterday, but was good in the series finale against the Stompers. Went 2 for 5 with the run in that game. The righty, Appleby, deals a half swing from Taylor, but he went around 0-1. Likely a good pitch to hit, but it was a changeup. A little bit inside. Likely would have been called a strike either way. The 0-1. Taylor takes. Middle frame fastball just a bit outside. 1-1. Taylor from Georgia originally has played baseball at this level all around the country, whether it be collegiately or summer collegiately. Be 1-1 to him. Curveball in there for a strike outside corner. Nice pitch from Appleby. 1-2.
Taylor asking the home plate umpire about the strike zone a little bit. He didn't seem to agree with that one.
Been a little generous so far in favor of the pitcher. 1-2 on Taylor with his bright red sleeve. 1-2. Hit on the ground softly over towards second. Hodges scoops, throws to first in time, and there's one away. So 1 out in the inning, still scoreless here in the top of the second.
Kasey Levitt McGee.
I'm going to bring up Kasey Levitt McGee, who's playing sort of out of position today, over at first base. No John Ewens or Joey Donnelly in the lineup. Both Joes gone today. So I'm going to bring up Levitt McGee, hitting lefty. Also hitting 176 on the year. He's been better these past few games after starting really slow. Lefty hitter in the back of the box. Takes a high fastball, 1-0 from Appleby. Levitt McGee, good discipline over in Sonoma in Game 3. Had 4 walks against the Stompers, then got the day off yesterday. Be a 1-0 to him. Appleby from the windup, now kicks and deals. Inside and low, forces Levitt McGee get out of the way. 2-0. Levitt McGee from nearby San Francisco, just a few miles away from San Bruno. Went to Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep in the city. Wait for the 2-0. Appleby kicks and deals. Outside and high fastball taken for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Levitt McGee, no stranger to the CCL, was with the Merchants last year. Said he was actually selected to be an all-star, but they had to pay to be sent down there. The team didn't do it. 3-0, taken high with no hesitation. Ball 4. Levitt McGee trots to first on a 4-pitch walk, and that's that discipline we've talked about.
Absolutely. He had 4 walks against the Sonoma Stompers on Wednesday, Casey, just a couple days ago. Gets another one here today. So he's found ways to get on base even when he doesn't have hits in the last couple games.
So that brings up Chris Esquivel. Second baseman didn't play yesterday. Man on first, 1 away here in the top of the second. Scoreless ball game. High fastball taken 1-0 on Esquivel. Hitting .235 on the year. Mentioned didn't play yesterday, but played 2 of the 3 games against the Stompers. Appleby now on the stretch. Levitt McGee with a short lead over at first. Checks in for the sign, the 1-0. Just inside. Another fastball. Good location, but it's taken for ball 2. 2-0. Taylor grounded out. Levitt McGee walked. Now Esquivel up to the dish. Righty hitter waits for the 2-0. Here it comes. Nearly hit him. Just barely gets out of the way. 3-0. From the inside fastball around head height. Appleby's command has been the issue so far. He's allowed 3 walks and now threatening to allow 4th. Esquivel on the 3-0. Waves his bat and takes a strike. Fastball around the knees. 3-1.
Good recovery pitch for Appleby there, Casey, but definitely seems like ball's getting away from his hands a little bit on the delivery.
Work a 3-1 count with 1 away and a man on here in the top of the second. Esquivel swings and fouls it behind us. Out of play. 3-2. Might see Levitt McGee in motion here. Not the biggest bag stealer, but a guy who can go. Esquivel playing for his third summer ball team against the man from Cal Poly, Appleby. The payoff pitch. Chopped on the ground over toward third. Brewer flips to second for one. On to first. In time. And that'll retire the side. A double play as Appleby rolls a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Crawdads and Seagulls are scoreless here in San Bruno.
Number 30, Carson
Here in the bottom of the second inning, Crawdads and Seagulls scoreless. Will be 4-5-6 due up for San Francisco, facing off against Brady Wilson, who sat them down 1-2-3 in the first. We'll start with the cleanup man, Carson Chavez, who didn't start yesterday at catcher, but he starts there today. Came in as a pinch hitter yesterday and went 0 for 1. Spent 2 seasons at Fordham University. First offering from Wilson, high and tight fastball taken for a ball, 1-0. Chavez, another guy from SoCal on the Seagulls, from Long Beach, where he spent time at Loyola High School. The 1-0 is grounded foul to the left side, 1-1. Brady Wilson mostly using the fastball so far. Seen a few pitches go off speed, but mostly the heater. Brady's from the windup, kicks and deals the 1-1. Hit to shallow center. Jenkins takes 4 steps in, camps under, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
It's 2 weak fly balls now out to center field for Jenkins to get under. Wilson doing a nice job so far inducing soft contact.
Been a busy man out there in center. We're going to bring out the righty hitter, Tate Lewis, playing DH today. Yesterday went 0 for 2, with a fly out and a strikeout, and a middling day at the plate for the Seagulls hitters. They got shut out 4-0. Righty pitcher kicks and deals. Fastball outside, 1-0. One away here in the bottom of the second inning. Crawdads and Seagulls in a scoreless deadlock. The 1-0. Hit foul to the left side. On the ground, a little bit of a jam shot. 1-1.
Ryder loves that high inside fastball. It's so potent against right-handed hitters. They either jam it or swing and miss.
The 1-1 from Wilson. High fastball taken, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lewis did a very nice job at Southern Illinois in 2025. Hit .410 in 24 games. The .462 slugging. 2-1, swing and a miss. There, he went to the off speed. Curveball outside, 2-2.
Yeah, that was a nasty breaking ball. Has Lewis way out in front.
Okay, you got this.
Lewis waits for the 2-2. Wilson fires. Curveball. Ring him up. Strike 3 called. Middle part of the plate. Went back to the off speed, and there's 2 away as Wilson gets his first strikeout of the night.
Impressive pitch mix for Wilson. A couple of fastballs early and then 2 straight breaking balls, 1 swinging and then 1 just sits perfectly. That's sequencing for you right there, Kasey.
Absolutely. That'll bring up Jalen Hodges, the righty second baseman. 2 away here in the bottom of the second, a scoreless ball game. Wilson fires in. Fastball driven out to right field. A long run for Taylor, chasing, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Hodges will have to hold up at first. He wasn't chugging super hard. He might have thought that ball was going foul, but he holds up at first, and there's the first hit for the Seagulls. It's a single for Jalen Hodges.
Yeah, tough play out there for Cam Taylor. A slightly late jump and then didn't have enough speed to catch up for one that was behind him at that point.
So Wilson will pitch from the stretch for the first time. Face the righty hitter Derek Waldvogel out of the 7 hole with a man on first. Hodges with a medium lead. 2 away. First pitch is popped up right side of the infield. Second baseman Esquivel will make the run over toward first and make the catch. And the side is retired. So the Crawdads allow a hit, but they strand the runner at first. We'll go to the top of the third. Crawdads and Seagulls scoreless. Still scoreless as we're set to begin the top of the third. 9-1-2 due up for the Crawdads. Still facing off against Reese Appleby on the hill. Crawdads searching for their first hit. They've had 3 base runners, all on walks. Trey Johnson will dig in, playing left field today. Normally in center field, but lefty hitter in a different spot today. Lefty hitter against the righty pitcher, Appleby, here in the top of the third inning. Crawdads looking to break this game open. Appleby from the windup, and it's roped to right field. It'll drop for a base hit. First pitch swinging from Johnson. He liked it and ripped it hard to right.
He used that new bat, Kasey. Felt some confidence. Swung at the first fastball he sees. Nice line drive to right.
Confidence is big for him. He's a younger guy on this squad. Lineup will turn over for Sam Jenkins with a man at first. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Jenkins 0 for 1, grounded out to short to start the game. Another lefty hitter in the order for the Crawdads. Appleby at the belt. Kicks and fires. Low in the dirt. Taken for a ball, 1-0. Jenkins out of Dallas, Texas, hitting .294 on the year. Plays his baseball at Baylor. Johnson with a short lead at first. Nobody out here in the top of the third. 1-0 count at the dish to Jenkins. Throw over to first. Johnson back without a slide. Jenkins yesterday had a hit in 4 tries. We mentioned his consistency. It's been a big part of his game so far. He'll wait on the 1-0 count with his black bat. Here it comes. Fastball high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Jenkins played his high school ball at Trinity Christian Academy. Went to Baylor where his mom was a legacy. Johnson at first, dancing around the 2-0. That time outside, taking ball 3. Another fastball off the plate. 3-0. Jenkins has a hit in every category. Has the only triple of the Crawdad season so far. 3-0 with nobody out. Appleby fires. That time in there for a strike. Fastball outside corner as he paints the frame. 3-1.
It's a nice recovery pitch from Appleby there. Now if you're Jenkins, might want to swing the bat here on the 3-1 if there's pitch is good.
He'll wait for it. Appleby from the belt throws back to first. Johnson slides back in head first. Johnson with the Crawdads' first hit of the ball game after stranding some runners in the first 2 innings. It's a 3-1 count at the dish to Sam Jenkins. Nobody out. Here it comes. Fastball outside, ball 4. Tapped the bat on his shoulder. Another fastball from Appleby. Now first and second with nobody out, and that's the 4th walk given out by Appleby.
9th walk of the year for Sam Jenkins, who's got now 10 strikeouts and 9 walks. Very balanced approach for him. Nice at bat.
Meeting on the mound now with Reese Appleby, who's struggled with the command to start this game as pitching coach Gage Cascone comes out. Likely to keep him in the game here. Quick word as he'll head back to the dugout. So it's 2 on for the Crawdads. Mentioned nobody out. This will bring up Cam Calvillo, righty hitting shortstop. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. Crawdads with a prime opportunity here. They're going down pretty quietly in the first 2 frames. Appleby stares in from the sign, now toes the first base side of the rubber. Brings the glove up. Now fires home as Calvillo shows bunt and gets a good one down the third base line, but just hooks foul. Might have been able to leg that out. Calvillo does have speed, but it'll be strike 1 as it rolls foul.
Absolutely a great bunt attempt from Calvillo. Unfortunately, just like you mentioned, bounces a little bit toughly on the dirt and hooks it into foul territory. But if that one sat, he probably would have been safe and the runners would have advanced.
So he makes his slow back to the box. Calvillo hitting .238 on the year. This is a late addition to the Crawdads, only playing in his 8th game in his 4th season with the team. A 1 count to him with nobody out. Appleby looks in for the sign. Comes set at the belt. Now brings it down the hill. Flared off the end of the bat to right field. It's a shallow one. It's going to get down for a base hit. A late jog for both runners. It'll be bases loaded as Johnson slides into third. Jenkins into second. And that one thought was going to get caught. It was not very far, but a big run in for Waldvogel, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Clearly, Crawdads seeing something the second time through the order here that Appleby's offering that they like. 2 hits now in this inning plus a walk. Doing good so far.
The wind might have affected that ball, as it looked like Waldvogel thought it was going to go deeper. But nonetheless, bases loaded for Ryan Ellis. He walked back in the first against Appleby. Scoreless ball game here in the top of the 3rd. Nobody out. Ellis, lefty hitter, takes low, 1-0. Went to the curveball that time. It's Johnson on 3rd, Jenkins on 2nd, and Calvillo on 1st. Crawdads trying to get their first runs of the game after getting their first 2 hits of the game in this inning. The 1-0 Ellis fouls it off to the left side, out of play, 1-1. Ellis, a really good contact bat for the Crawdads. 6 RBIs on the year in 8 games.
Yeah, not a typical 3-hole hitter, but he's just got such a good hit tool, Casey. And in this situation, that's all you need. A single likely scores 2 with the speed on the bags.
Appleby trying to get out of the jam with nobody out. So Ellis waits. Here's the 1-1 offering. Ropes it to right field. A bit of a run for Waldvogel going back towards the wall. It's gone! Grand slam for Ryan Ellis. His first jack of the year. And Ellie sends them all home. Wow. The Crawdads tack on. It's 4-0 here in the top of the 3rd with nobody out.
My goodness, Ryan Ellis, welcome back in a big way, my friend. Sits on the breaking ball and just juices it into the short right field porch. Not a stranger to hitting bombs with Walnut Creek. He's had a couple in his career, past couple years for Walnut Creek. But man, that one Big hit for the Dads.
Appleby had gotten through the first 2 innings pretty nicely, but Ryan Ellis in the Crawdads offense says, hold up, let us join in the party. And it's 4-0.
4-0 and no one out still, Kasey. Second home run the Crawdads, second grand slam, I should say, in this ballpark for Walnut Creek this year.
You're right, the guy pitching today, Brady Wilson, had it the first time they played here a couple of weeks ago. So it'll bring up Brandon Clisby, the righty hitter. Base is empty as he takes the pitch down low, 1-0. Clisby walked against Appleby back in the first. So he tries to extend the inning even more, although there's no outs. 1-0 taken inside, fastball middle frame, 2-0. Clisby had a good eye in that first at-bat. Worked a 5-pitch walk. As he tries to get his first hit of the game and join the party. The 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike, inner corner. It's 2-1. 4-0 Crawdads, top of the third. Still nobody out. Clisby at the dish against Appleby. 2-1 count on the catcher. Appleby back in the windup. He fires the 2-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Would have been a good pitch to hit down the middle. It's 2-2.
Yeah, slightly elevated breaking ball for a tall guy like Clisby. That's right in the wheelhouse. Surprised he didn't swing.
Clisby trying to get back on the hit train. Getting the start today at the catcher position. The 2-2. Grounds it over towards second, softly to Hodges. Takes the high hop, throws to first in time, and there's one away. So with one away, that brings up Riley Leininger. 4 runs across the inning for the Crawdads. Leininger 0 for 1, flied out to left back in the first against Appleby. No action yet in the Seagulls bullpen, although they had 2 meetings on the mound already. Leininger digs in, looking for his first hit. Appleby from the windup. Brings it home. Grounded softly to the right side, foul, 0-1. Leininger trying to extend his on-base streak, currently in 15 games. Hasn't had hits in all those games, but the discipline has been good to supplement it. 15 walks on the year. Leininger waits the 0-1. Breaking ball just outside, taken ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leininger out of Georgetown, Texas. The Crawdads have a myriad of players from that state, all over it. The 1-1. Curveball taken outside, 2-1 from the righty pitcher. Appleby sort of losing that command. Struggled with it early, but got through those first 2 innings with ease. Relative. Here in the top of the third with 1 away. 2-1 count at the dish to Leininger. 2-1 is fouled to the right side, 2-2. And this 4-0 ball game where all 4 of those RBIs came off the bat of Ryan Ellis, who hit the grand slam out to right. 2-2 to Leininger. He tries to work his discipline and find the pitch he likes. Appleby looks in for the sign, takes a breath, now shoots it home. Fouled straight back again. Will remain 2-2. Leininger, even when he doesn't start in games, has found the way to get in the lineup. Jared met him ejected in Game 2 of the Stompers series. Coach said, hey, Riley, you want to come in? And he made his way out to the field. The 2-2 again from Appleby. Fastball grounded on over to second. Hodges picks it up, throws to first in time with no problem. There's 2 away. So back-to-back groundouts to second after the home run. Here in this 4-0 ball game, that'll bring up Cam Taylor. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second himself. Currently in the transfer portal out of Eastern Kentucky. Lefty hitter digs in for the second time against Appleby. Reese fires, fouled straight back, 0-1. Taylor, no stranger to the big fly himself. He's had 2 home runs this year, tied for the team lead. He's had good discipline as well, 10 walks. Not quite as many as Leininger's 15. Still an impressive mark for a guy who plays nearly every day. The 0-1. Curveball drapes in for a strike, 0-2. Appleby showing some good recovery after giving up the big fly that scored in 4. One strike away from getting his guys hitting again here in this 4-0 ball game. 0-2 at the dish to Taylor. 4-0 game here in the top of the third with 2 away. Fastball taken low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Appleby goes to Cal Poly but does not play on the varsity D1 team there. Plays for the club team. Had a 2.5 ERA in 2025 with the Mustangs, though. The 1-2. Fouled straight back. Little late on the off-speed Taylor was. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, even though he was late, good job battling it off. Stays alive here with 2 down.
Taylor's now played in 11 games. Usually middle, low part of the lineup, trying to earn some more playing time. The 1-2 on him. Here it comes. In the dirt, taken low, 2-2. Crawdads didn't score those first 2 innings, didn't have a hit until this inning, and they scored 4 times. Trying to get their 12th win of the year. The 2-2 in the dirt, bounced in front of the plate. A good at-bat by Taylor to work a full count here on Appleby, who's trying to get out of this inning.
And Appleby continues to struggle to put away hitters, Kasey. Seeing it again here with Taylor.
Taylor readies up here on the 3-2. We mentioned his good discipline. Payoff from Appleby. Swing and a miss. Gets him to go on the low fastball, and the side is retired. But the Crawdads get 4 on the grand slam for Ryan Ellis out to right field. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Walnut Creek.
Half inning.
Four nothing Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the third inning. Brady Wilson still on the mound for the Crawdads. Trying to get through the order for the first time. He'll have a chance to in this inning. 8-9-1 due up for the Seagulls as they search for some offense. They have 1 hit so far, but that's all. As Jackson Landry digs in. Righty hitter takes the ball outside from Wilson. 1-0. Righty on righty matchup. Landry playing first today. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Late on the fastball down the middle. 1-1. Landry's a guy who struggled this season. Was 0 for 2 yesterday with a pair of Ks. Hitting 179 on the year. Quick pitch from Wilson as it's driven out to right field. Pretty shallow, though, as Taylor camps under it and makes the catch. 1 away. It's been that weak contact so far that Brady Wilson has allowed. Only that 1 hit so far.
Absolutely. He's throwing hard for the most part. His fastball in the 90s, but doesn't need to get a whole lot of strikeouts. He's only got 1 on the day. Everything else, like you mentioned, is that weak stuff.
Is working that fastball as Alan Ramirez, the 9-hole hitter and left fielder, digs in on the right side. Takes outside and low on the fastball, 1-0. We haven't seen that much breaking stuff from Wilson. We did on the strikeout last inning. The 1-0. Fastball drilled to the left side into left field for a base hit as Leininger dives for it, but it gets through.
Good job.
So there's the second hit of the game for the Seagulls.
Now batting number 26.
Yeah, that one takes a tough hop over on the dirt in third area. Leininger has a tough time there.
So 1 on, 1 out. As Wilson will go to the stretch, facing off against the top of the Seagulls order as it flips over. Matt Galvin 0 for 1 today. Every hitter in the Seagulls lineup righties. Digs in on the right side. Grounded out to short his first time up. Crawdads would love to roll a pair here. First offering inside, another fastball 1-0. Galvin, Canadian from Calgary, Alberta. Played at Skagit Valley College in 2025. Where he hit .257. The 1-0. Taken for a strike. Another fastball outer corner. Wilson paints the frame. 0-2. Man at first is Ramirez. Has some speed we've seen from him already. As he goes, the 0-2. Hit and run. Executed well. That one's gapped to left center. But Ramirez trips. Gets back up. He will take a turn at third. The relay throw from Calvillo into the home plate. And it's too late as it's an RBI double on the hit and run. Executed perfectly as Ramirez scores. And it's now 4-1.
Yeah, Ramirez, despite the trip, some fantastic speed on the base paths. Able to recover well, rounds third with a full head of steam, and Calvillo really didn't have a chance.
If you hit one out to left center, or really any part of center field, that ball can roll. It's a good relay by the Crawdads. But they allowed the first run. 4-1. One away in the inning as Galvin parks at second. Thomas Mayer will come up now. He's 0 for 1. Righty hitter. Flight out to the center fielder Jenkins back in the first. Wilson checks in for the sign from Clisby, who just met with his pitcher. Breaking ball inside, ball 1. I wonder if Clisby mentioned maybe going to the curveball a little bit more, the off speed, just because Wilson has hammered the fastball so much.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, that's for sure.
Wilson peers at second, now home. The 1-0, fastball in there for a strike, around the knees, 1-1. That was a hard hit ball as well from Galvin, to his credit. Hit it on a line, in line with the light post out in left center.
Absolutely, it was a magnificent piece of hitting.
The 1-1, fouled to the screen, straight back, 1-2. Galvin kind of earned that leadoff spot. Hasn't had the best season, but good for him to put the barrel to the bat as he picks up RBI number 3 on the year and his second double. 1-2 at the dish. Wilson fires curveball just inside, close pitch. Wilson thought he had strike 3 as he shakes it off. 2-2.
Yeah, I don't disagree with him. That looked to me like strike 3, but nonetheless, we'll have to battle back.
Mayer waits for the 2-2 count in his low stance on the right side. Wilson pirouettes, throws to second. They got him caught. And Wilson picks off Matt Galvin. A poor base running mistake. And there's 2 away after that one throw.
It's also great awareness from Brady Wilson. Had the look and must have communicated at least a little bit with Calvillo and Esquivel to know that Galvin was taking some pretty decent leads.
The 2-2 home with now the base is empty. Taken outside. 3-2 on Mayer, who is robbed of an RBI opportunity now here in this 4-1 ball game in the bottom of the third. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball got him to go, and that's 2 Ks on the day for Brady Wilson, who responds in kind after giving up the big knock to left center. So the Seagulls get one, but that's all. 4-1 ball game. We'll go to the top of the fourth. Crawdads lead 4-1. New pitcher for the Seagulls here in the bottom of the third inning. New pitcher for the Seagulls here in the bottom of the fourth inning, as Casey Levitt-McGee digs in against Kurt Thomas, who has a 4.5 ERA this season out of St. Peter's University. Levitt-McGee digs in, takes a strike outside part of the plate, 0-1. Levitt-McGee walked back in the second against Reese Appleby, who will be charged with 4 earned runs on the day here in this 4-1 ball game. The 0-1. Thomas sends a fastball outside, 1-1. It was that grand slam from Ryan Ellis last inning, on top of good Crawdads defense and pitching to bring us to this point, 4-1. The 1-1 to Levitt-McGee, hit sharply on the ground over towards second. Hodges collects, throws to first in time, and there's one away. Hodges, a busy man, is now taking care of 4 ground balls over at second. So 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring up Chris Esquivel, who grounded to a double play in the second inning. Esquivel looking to create some offense. 1-0 to him on the high fastball. The Crawdads would love some insurance. That's something they've struggled with these past few games, is trying to find insurance. As the 1-0 taken outside on the curveball, 2-0. Yesterday was a 4-0 game that never really seemed close, but the Seagulls threatened a little bit down the stretch. Same could be said in the 4-2 win over Sonoma. The 2-0 taken outside, 3-0 on Esquivel as he takes with ease.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Casey, they stranded bases loaded at one point yesterday. Weren't able to get any across.
The 3-0 to Esquivel. Swing and a miss, and he loses his bat. Luckily, he doesn't hit anybody as it goes over toward the Crawdad side. Looked like something fell off of the bat.
Yeah, it's like the little thumb piece that he's got fell off. So he loved the pitch, obviously. He swung with all of his might. Let go of the bat, unfortunately.
So Esquivel laughs at it. Now comes back in here on the 3-1. Facing off against Kurt Thomas for the first time. The 3-1 home. Fastball upstairs, taken for ball 4. So it's a 1-out walk, as that's now 5 Crawdads that have walked in the game across both Appleby and Thomas. I'm going to bring up Trey Johnson, who started last inning in the 9 hole. That big 4-run inning for the Crawdads. He scored after singling. That was a chance to do some more damage at the bottom of the order with a man on first and 1 out. Johnson digs in on the left side. Kurt Thomas now in the stretch. And the runner goes. Pitch called, the ball, the throw. Not in time. Chris Esquivel in safely for his second stolen base of the year.
Head coach Brant Cummings for Walnut Creek continues to be aggressive with his guys on the base paths, and they're able to carry up their end of the bargain. Esquivel with the steal there. Good stuff.
1-0 at the dish to Johnson, now with an RBI opportunity. Esquivel with a good jump there. Allowed him to go as he still prances around second. The 1-0, curveball in there for a strike. 1-1. Johnson had that nice hard hit single to the right side, and of course scored on the grand slam. Digs back in on the 1-1 after taking a practice hack, as Thomas readies from the stretch. Here it comes. Curveball in there, strike 2 taken by Johnson, 1-2. Johnson in his first year with the Crawdads, out of Skyline College, where he hit very well there his freshman year. Thomas still looking at second, now fires the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Johnson is retired on strikes on the inside pitch that fooled him, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, 3 straight nasty breaking balls from Kurt Thomas gets Johnson looking silly out there.
Yeah, really nice recovery there from Thomas after the stolen base. The lineup flips over to Sam Jenkins, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, a run, and a ground out. Hitting righty with a man on second with that RBI chance with 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Crawdads lead 4-1. He takes a fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. Jenkins would love a hit here. He's had a lot of hits this season in big moments. Thomas comes set at the belt. Here in this 4-1 ball game. Here it comes. Hit on the ground over towards second. Bounces off the glove of Thomas. Hodges picks it up, throws to first in time, and the side is retired. So a man left on for the Crawdads off the walk. They still lead 4-1. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to San Bruno. 4-1 Crawdads here in the bottom of the fourth. Jake Brewer, Carson Chavez, and Tate Lewis, all righties, do up here in this 4-1 game. New pitcher on the mound for the Crawdads, Noah Zirkle, the right-hander, posts a 4.5 ERA. He's done a really nice job for the Crawdads after a couple of shaky outings to start the season, and now back-to-back outings where he's only allowed one hit and no earned runs across 2 2/3 innings. Brewer digs in as it's fouled straight back. Strike one. Brewer 0 for 1 against Brady Wilson, the starter. Grounded out to second, his lone time up. Zirkle started his collegiate career at Fresno State. Has most recently played at West Valley College. Shakes off a sign, now agrees to Clisby. And it's Brewer the righty. The righty kicks and deals. Hit on the ground up the middle, and it gets into center field for a base hit. Third hit of the game for San Francisco, as Jake Brewer cruises into first. It's a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the fourth in this 4-1 ball game.
Yeah, that's just really great hitting from Jake Brewer, who has probably the best hit tool on the entire roster for San Francisco. Slaps it up the middle, doesn't get too complicated. That's how you do it.
So that'll bring up the righty hitter Carson Chavez with a man on first, as Zirkle will go to the stretch. Chavez 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Zirkle throws over to first, sliding back safely is Brewer. Chavez, a career .250 hitter at Fordham University, 20 years of age. Hit a lazy fly ball in the second. Zirkle nods the sign, kicks and fires. Hit to the right side, and Escobar charging. Not going to be able to get a throw. Everybody's safe. It's another single. Back-to-back to lead off the inning. As Brewer gets into second, Carson Chavez into first.
Seagulls batters being aggressive early against the new pitcher for Walnut Creek Circle. He's doing well, though. I mean, he's throwing stuff over the hard plate. Unfortunately for him, the Seagulls are capitalizing on it.
So 2 on, nobody out for Tate Lewis, who struck out looking back in the second. Righty hitter looking for a big knock here in this 4-1 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Circle looks at second. Doesn't throw. Now home. And it clips. Looks like the bat handle of Tate Lewis for strike one. If that pitch was just a touch higher or lower, might have caught the frame of Lewis, which would have been a disaster for the Crawdads. It's 0-1 at the dish. As Noah Zirkle tries to get out of this early trouble. The man from Oakland fires home. The 0-1 hit foul to the left side on the ground. 0-2. Chavez on first, Brewer on second. Each had singles against the new pitcher Zirkle. He went to St. Mary's College High School. Struggled in 2024 at West Valley College before getting Tommy John. And he pirouettes, steps off. Count still 0-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth on Tate Lewis. Crawdads with a 4-1 advantage off the grand slam. The 0-2 home. Curveball outside as Klesby lunges for it to keep it from getting away. 1-2.
It's a big defensive stop for Klesby. Perhaps a little bit underrated.
Crawdads with a handful of good defensive catchers on the roster. 1-2 to the designated hitter Lewis. Circle agrees to the sign. The 1-2. Another curveball outside and low, taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tate Lewis from Pleasant Grove, Utah. He was born in Arizona. Went to junior college in Arizona before going to Southern Illinois. The 1-2. Curveball just off the plate. 3-2 count. As Zirkle has not been able to locate that outside curveball well. Nobody out in the inning. 2 on here in the bottom of the fourth. In this 4-1 ball game, both runners go as it's hit high to the left side, going toward foul territory in the outfield. And no, Johnson cannot make the catch after sliding for it in foul territory. It was about to be an amazing catch in this big foul ground, but it pops out of the glove.
Tough play out there in deep left for Johnson. He's got the sun in his eyes, some wind out there as well. Not the easiest of plays.
So instead of out number 1, it's 3-2. And if he did catch that ball too, both runners were taking off. Could have very well been a double play. He got the ball in time.
Absolutely.
So Tate Lewis steps out, now back in. 3-2 count. See if the runners take off again. Nobody holding him. The payoff pitch as both runners go. Pitch is inside, call the ball. And that'll load the bases for the Seagulls. As Lewis trots to first. There's still nobody out. This inning feeling a lot like that Crawdads inning when they loaded the bases with nobody out.
Indeed. Action in the Crawdads bullpen, though. Peter Storyahan, the big righty. Now Houston Davis up and moving. Throwing some pitches. The bullpen catcher Justice.
It's only the first walk given out by the Crawdads as pitching coach Dustin Cheney makes his way to the hill along with all the infielders. Next will be Jalen Hodges, the second baseman, who singled off Brady Wilson in the second for the Seagulls' first hit of the game. So Hodges in a big spot, down 4-1. Seagulls with a 4-15 record, 11 games under 500. They've struggled quite a bit this season. They'd love to play spoiler against the Crawdads, who are trying to win 4 in a row, trying to win back-to-back series. So to bring up Hodges, second baseman hitting righty. Currently in the portal out of Cal State East Bay, where he thrived in 2025. Hit .339 in 47 games. Circle readies up. Trying to possibly roll a pair. Infield in. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 0-1. Hodges at Cal State East Bay in 2025, an all CCAA honorable mention. Was third in team average, hitting .339, including .367 average in conference play. Righty on righty matchup, the 0-1 home with the bases loaded. And that one's hit high toward foul territory on the right side, out of play. as the right fielder Cam Taylor chases the 0-2. Interesting to see where Circle goes. Strikeout would be huge on the 0-2. Hodges, native of Sacramento. Circle on the 0-2. High fastball inside, taken for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hodges in his first year with the Seagulls. 20-year-old hitting 174 on the season. Went 0 for 2 yesterday. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase on the outside curveball, and there's one away.
That is a fantastic at-bat for Noah Zirkle with the bases loaded. Makes Hodges look silly on the breaking ball well in front of him. Really good pitch.
Bases still loaded for Derek Waldvogel with the 1 out in the inning. Nobody across yet for the Seagulls. They're down 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Zirkle in his first inning of work, trying to get through it. Double play ball would save him. Waldvogel, the righty hitter, digs in and lines it up to center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Second runner charging toward home. The throw in time. Carson Chavez got a little too greedy. And so 1 run is in, but 1 nabbed out at the plate. So it's now 4-2 Crawdads, but a big out off the base hit from Waldvogel.
Absolutely, and a fantastic throw from the outfield. I believe that was Sam Jenkins making the play all the way into Clisby. Excellent timing, excellent power, perfect accuracy.
So Tate Lewis goes to second, Waldvogel at first. 4-2 ball game, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th for Jackson Landry, the righty hitter, who's 0 for 1. First offering to him, in there for a strike, fastball around the knees. And not a horrible base running decision as well, but when you factor in the arm of Jenkins, that's where things get risky if you're Chavez. Circle takes a breath. 2 outs in the inning. The 0-1 home. Flared foul into the screen, 0-2. Circle 1 pitch away from getting his guys back hitting after the Seagulls have cut the deficit in half after going down 4-0 off the Ellis grand slam. They've scored 2 unanswered. Runners on first and second, 2 away, 0-2 count. The 0-2 is high to Landry, 1-2. Landry yesterday struggled, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Currently in the portal out of Louisiana Monroe. Circle toes the first base side of the rubber. Now fires in the 1-2. Outside fastball taken for ball 2. Count even at 2-2. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 at the dish. Landry has struggled with the strikeout. Leads the Seagulls with 20 strikeouts on the season. The 1-2. High pop-up behind home plate. Clisby trying to find it. And he slides, but can't make the catch. It looked like Landry kind of got in the way of him a little bit.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Clisby behind him. Landry obviously doesn't make it any easier. I thought, frankly, Case, that ball was going to come back towards us.
Yeah, it took a weird trajectory as the count remains 2-2. Circle nods to the sign. 2 on, 2 out. 4-2 ball game in favor of the Crawdads. They're trying to keep the lead. The 2-2 home. Curveball just outside. Good frame attempt by Clisby, but it count runs full. Landry has been in and out of the order so far. Comes from a big sports family. Payoff. Hit high and foul. Out of play. Count stays full. Mentioned his family. Father played football and baseball at ULM. So he's a second generation player there. The payoff again. Both runners go. Ball 4. Low fastball loads the bases with 2 outs. So that'll bring up Alan Ramirez, who singled and scored back in the 3rd off the Matt Galvin double. Lewis goes to 3rd, Wald Vogel to 2nd, Landry to 1st, as head coach Brant Cummings will come and take the baseball from Zirkle, who fails to get out of a full inning of work. And he'll leave the bases loaded for whoever's next out of the pen. So the Crawdads lead 4-2 on the bottom of the 4th. The new pitcher, Peter Storjahan, next. But before we get to his action, we'll take a quick break here on the Crawdads Steering Network. 4-2 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Welcome back to San Bruno. Crawdads in a bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bases loaded, 2 away. The new pitcher is Peter Storjahan for Walnut Creek. It's been good for the Crawdads so far, but it'll work with the bases loaded that Noah Zirkle allowed. The hitter is Alan Ramirez. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a run. Storjahan, the righty pitcher to the righty hitter. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Storjahan recently committed to UC Davis after spending a year at UC Santa Barbara. Trying to get out of the jam. Crawdads with a 4-2 lead. Swing and a miss on the 0-1. Outside pitch, 0-2. Crawdads would love to get up hitting again while their bats are still hot. Storjahan struggled against the Saints in a tough ball game. As the 0-2 is in foul ground, popped up behind home plate. Clisby makes the catch, and there's the 3rd out. So Storjahan does his job out of the pen. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Crawdads lead 4-2. Welcome back to San Bruno. Crawdads lead 4-2 after giving up one last half inning. It'll be 2-3-4 for Walnut Creek, starting with Cam Calvillo, the righty hitter. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run on his day. Righty pitcher Kurt Thomas still on the hill. First offering fouled straight back. 0-1 on Calvillo. Scored on that grand slam from Ryan Ellis 2 innings ago. Would love to get back on base. So he ripped a hard hit ball to the outfield. The 0-1 taken high, 1-1. Calvillo out of Cal State Northridge has played at a variety of programs. His longest tenured Crawdads now in his 4th season. The 1-1 as he lines it to shallow right field. It's going to drop in fair territory. Calvillo cruises into first, and he has 2 singles on the day.
Great piece of hitting. Calvillo out in front, flares it off the end of the bat, and puts it in a place where it's hard to get to. Credit to him having a bit of a breakout day.
That ball just sat on the fair side of the right field line. As Ryan Ellis, the man of the hour, steps in on the left side. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a grand slam. Hit it out to right field. So 4 RBIs on his day. Calvillo at first with no one out here in the top of the 5th inning. So he takes high and tight. 1-0. Crawdads scored all the runs off that hit. Then allowed 2 from San Francisco, making the game a bit more interesting here in this 4-2 game. Thomas trying to make quick work of the Crawdads in the tough part of the order. The 1-0 home. Outside, ball 2. Went to the heater again, 2-0.
Come on, Seagulls, let's go.
Ellis playing DH today, focusing on his hitting. Been in and out of the defensive lineup. Lefty hitter waits on the 2-0. Fastball outside, 3-0 on Ellis. Sure, he wants a pitch to hit after hitting that grand slam, but hasn't had one this at-bat.
Well, Seagulls naturally going to be careful after allowing a big hit to a dangerous hitter.
See if he has the green light on the 3-0. Does not. Pitches high and outside anyways for ball 4. So Calvillo will go to second. Ellis walks. He'll go to first. And that'll bring up Brandon Clisby, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. As we'll see a meeting on the mound with Kurt Thomas, who just gave up back-to-back base runners.
Elite day for Ryan Ellis. Has the grand slam and 2 walks today. Been aboard technically 3 times.
He's been productive. That's been the story so far for him. A guy who's just been searching for consistency as pitching coach Cage Cascone comes out for San Francisco. Just gives a quick word to Kurt Thomas, who stays out there. That'll bring up Clisby, who mentioned walked and grounded out. He's also been pretty big defensively for the Crawdads today, blocking some tough balls out in front. Clisby from New Mexico State, one of 2 Crawdads from there. 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the 5th. First delivery to Clisby, the righty hitter, fouled straight back a little bit early on the curveball, 0-1. Clisby on a 3-game hitting streak. On a 4-game on-base streak after the walk. Trying to add on for the Crawdads, who would love some insurance. Only up 2 here in the top of the 5th. The 0-1. Curveball in the dirt outside, opposite batter's box. Taken for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clisby, 6'1", 195 pounds, has plenty of speed for a catcher. More than you'd typically expect. As Thomas nods to the sign with 2 on. Still nobody out. The 1-1 home. Fouled straight back. Tried to get a hold of another fastball, 1-2. Be Leininger next, and then Taylor, the Crawdads, here in the top of the 5th inning. Only scored in 1 inning, but was enough to give him the lead. And what's been a game where the offense has trickled ever since a slow start to the game for both teams. The 1-2. Grounded over towards short. Going to be a tough play. I'll have to throw over to first in time as Mayer chooses the out at first, but both runners advance. So it's Calvillo to third and Ellis to second with 1 out.
Productive out for Clisby, puts the ball in play and makes it tough for the shortstop Mayer. Can't turn the double play. He'll take it.
So Mayer gets the out at first, and that'll bring up Riley Leininger, who's 0 for 2. With 2 on, both in scoring position. 1 out in the inning. As umpires
Seagulls,
adjusting their positions.
don't let anybody come in.
3-person crew today. They have to adjust when there's men on second or third. Leininger, the lefty hitter, digs in. Grounded out and flied out. Thomas delivers. Curveball in there for a strike, 0-1. A lot of break on that pitch. Haven't seen Thomas break it out too much today in his limited outing thus far. 0-1 at the dish to Leininger. Searching for his first hit and a chance for some RBIs. The 0-1. Another curveball in there for a strike taken for strike 2. Around the knees. Quickly 0-2 on Leininger with 1 away in the top of the 5th. Runners on second and third. 4-2 ball game. Leininger, 19 years of age. Will be a rising sophomore at whatever school he chooses. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on 3 pitches. Fastball middle frame. Got him to go, and there's 2 away.
Nasty stuff from Kurt Thomas. Gets a couple of breaking balls to sit, and then Leininger chasing on the heater. Even if he was expecting it, it was just too fast.
So that'll bring up Cam Taylor, who's 0 for 2. He was a strikeout victim against Reese Appleby in the 3rd inning. Lefty hitter digs in with a chance for some ribbies. Thomas kicks and deals. Inside in the dirt, blocked out in front by Chavez, 1-0. It was back-to-back base runners for the Crawdads to start the inning. Off the Calvillo single and the Ellis walk. They were both advanced on the Clisby groundout, but then the strikeout made it 2 outs. So Taylor trying to keep the inning alive here on this 1-0 count. 4-2 Crawdads. Thomas delivers the 1-0. Hit high out to left field. Ramirez tracks it down, and he loses it in the sun. Both runners are going to come around to score. Taylor digging for second. He's going to be tagged out. But the runs will score as they came in before the tag. So it'll be 6-2 Walnut Creek. But that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 2 across for the Crawdads off the Cam Taylor single here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Welcome back to Tom Lara Field here at San Bruno City Park. The bottom of the 5th, Crawdads up 6-2 on the San Francisco Seagulls. It'll be 1-2-3 for the Seagulls as they're up to bat. Matt Galvin will lead things off. Peter Storyhan entering his first full inning of work after relieving Noah Zirkle and stranding the bases loaded.
Put us on base.
His first offering to the righty Galvin, a strike. The 0-1. Storyhan, native of Danville, California, spent 2 seasons at UC Santa Barbara, entered the portal this offseason, and is headed to UC Davis in the fall. As the 0-1 is outside, 1-1 to Galvin. 6'5" righty sets on the rubber. Working from the third base side, the 1-1 fastball yanked into the opposite batter's box. 2-1 to Galvin. Galvin drove in the first run of the day for San Francisco back in the third on an RBI double. Storyhan winds and delivers the 2-1. High foul ball on the left side.
Good, that's the idea.
Count evens 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 5th. Galvin and San Francisco trying to get things going here. Storyhan been a magnificent reliever for Walnut Creek, his 4th appearance. 1.8 ERA entering today. Here's the 2-2, and it plunks Galvin in the shoulder. High fastball runs inside.
That's tough on the 2-2, and you know he wants to go to the punch-out stuff. Probably wanted to park a fastball high and inside, maybe get him to go and jam him, but nonetheless, it's a man on.
That did seem to be the goal, and unfortunately does not work out in Storyhan's favor. So it'll be Thomas Mayer, the shortstop, up now with 1 aboard in the bottom of the 5th. Mayer 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a strikeout, swinging in the 3rd. Trying to get his first hit of the day. The UC San Diego man takes the first offering, another high fastball. It'll be 1-0. Mayer thinks it hit him. Home plate umpire says it's going to hit the knob of the bat, I think.
I think they're going to have a meeting.
They are going to have a meeting about it.
It's hard to kind of talk about that after the fact with no replay.
Indeed. No replay here in the CCL.
Unless they want to come up here and watch our stream.
And they are going to say, I believe, hit the knob. We'll wait absolutely officially. Either way, Storyhan sets, working from the stretch now. The second offering. Off speed, in there for a strike. Good recovery pitch there for Storyhan. Mayer sits in. Checks over to first. Runner Galvin with a hefty lead. He goes, swing and a miss. And the throw over to second, too high. Gets above Ellis into the outfield. Jenkins is there. So it'll be 1-2 after the swinging strike.
Come on, Thomas, you can do it.
Storyhan went to high school at De La Salle, a baseball powerhouse out in the Walnut Creek area. Helped the Spartans win a NorCal championship as a senior in 2022. Righty looks back to second. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Mayer out in front of the slider.
Outside of that hit by pitch, Storyhan looking really confident to attack the zone and knows that he can get the Seagulls to wave, and that's what he did there.
Absolutely, and this is a guy who's got a very big reputation as a strike-throwing righty, as Jake Brewer, perhaps the best hitter for San Francisco, steps in. Brewer 1 for 2 today, single to lead off the 4th. Was later driven in on the RBI single from Walt Vogel. Storyhan's bounced around at a couple colleges. Here's the first pitch. Brewer inside. Another fastball. Hasn't been able to get the high and tight cheese in there. It's 1-0.
Not quite yet. We'll see now with the lead if he is confident enough to just keep going back to it.
Storyhan kicks and fires the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer 3rd.
You can tell they want to take his stuff to the fences, but they've just been late on it.
So the incoming Aggie readies for the 1-2 now. Looks back. And here it is. Slider, swing and a miss. Brewer had no chance at that one. Nasty break.
Come on, Jake.
Storyhan originally went to Diablo Valley College right out of high school, where he was the pitcher of the year at DVC in 2023. Second team All-State amongst the JUCO ranks. Here's the 1-2, another swing and a miss on a slider outside. 2 straight strikeouts for Peter Storyhan Now there are 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Galvin still over there at second following the hit by pitch and the stolen bag. So at the 4 hole, it's Carson Chavez, the catcher. Excuse me, Casey.
I was going to say, that's how you do it when you allow a guy to get to second and it's not affecting him at all. That's what run support does for you.
First offering to the catcher, Chavez. Breaking ball on the inner third, strike 1.
Really nice pitch mix. I mean, I think in this league, a lot of guys want to rely on the fastball. We saw Brady Wilson do that, and it worked, but Storiahan not being afraid to mix things up.
Slider is working right now, lots of bite. The 0-1 to Chavez, swinging a foul ball backwards above us on the right side, well out of play. Chavez, the Fordham University man, spent 2 years in the Bronx. Career .250 hitter there, hitting .129 in 13 games this year. The righty Storiahan looks in for the call from Clisby. Gets it, sets below the belt. And the 0-2. Check swing on an outside slider. Did he go? The appeal to first base says yes, he did. So 3 straight swinging strikeouts. Peter Storiahan with a nasty slider gets out of the 1-runner jam. We'll head to the top of the 6th, see if Walnut Creek can extend the 6-2 lead. Welcome back to the Crawdads streaming network for the top of the 6th inning. Walnut Creek leads 6-2 on the San Francisco Seagulls as they take another at-bat here today. This lovely Friday evening. Casey Levin McGee will lead things off in the 7-hole. Be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Crawdads. Levin McGee 0 for 1 today. Walked in the second and grounded out to second base in the 4th. Search for his first hit of the day. Kurt Thomas in his 3rd inning of work now after relieving Reese Appleby. Righty's first offering, fastball on the outer third, called strike. Levin McGee, the San Francisco native, did not take the team bus to this one today, Casey. Lives close enough, drove himself.
Drove his truck, in fact.
The 0-1 to the lefty, breaking ball bounces on home plate. 1-1 to Levin McGee, heading to Cal State Bakersfield for next season of collegiate baseball. Spent 2 years at Laney College, where he's been fantastic. Started this summer for the Crawdads a little slow, 1 for 17 in his first 5 games. In the next 4 went 5 for 12. Hitless in his last 2 appearances, though. The 1-1 from Thomas. Righty kicks and deals. High fastball outside. 2-1 now to Levin McGee.
Seems like he's been hitting well with that yellow bat ever since he switched to it.
And even though he doesn't have hits, 5 walks in the past 2 games for him. As the 2-1 fastball, same thing, 3-1 high and away. Levitt McGee trying to work his 2nd walk of the day and 6th in the past 2 days. Thomas exhales from the first base side of the rubber, the 3-1. Fastball high, it's ball 4.
Another good at-bat by Levitt McGee. A lot of the pitches there are close, but
Okay, shake it off and
he's the
let's
type
get
of guy
the
that,
rest
you know,
going.
will only swing if he really likes it, and that's something that makes him a really well-rounded hitter at the plate.
Has an on-base percentage of .417 entering today, Casey. That one definitely going up after today's appearance for him. So with 1 aboard, no one out in the top of the 6th, it's Chris Esquivel, the 2nd baseman in the 8 hole. Esquivel also 0 for 1 today, grounded into a double play in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, stole a bag. First offering to him, swinging a foul ball on the left side, well high, but it's out of play. Comes crashing down nearly on top of a nearby building.
Yeah, some of these foul balls have been hazards. I mean, this is a public park, so a lot of people.
A lot of cars, a lot of houses, a lot of buildings, lots of things that could get broken. Esquivel, the former St. Mary's man, steps in from the right side. Thomas picks off to first. Levitt McGee is in safely. Esquivel in 14 games entering today, hitting .235, 8 hits, 2 of them for extra bases. Another pickoff from Thomas, trying to hold the speedy Levitt McGee at first. Definitely a tall order for a guy who's already got 2 stolen bags on the year and plenty of speed. Thomas, the 0-1 from the stretch. Breaking ball outside. 1-1 to Esquivel.
Esquivel's another guy with speed. We saw on defense take some balls away from the first base side, so another guy you don't want to get on.
Definitely not. Thomas kicks and deals the 1-1 to Esquivel. Fastball runs inside. It's 2-1 on the San Diego native. Went to his local University of San Diego in 2023, but didn't play, so he headed up locally here to Moraga, play with the St. Mary's Gales. The 2-1 fastball in there on the outer third. Strike 2 called. Esquivel's been pretty much the 2nd baseman all year for Walnut Creek. Has only been out of the lineup a couple times. Played in 14 of their 16 games. Another pickoff to Levitt McGee at first, just in time. Levitt McGee safe. That was close though, Casey.
Yeah, he had to get around the tag, it looked like. Luckily he did, but again, a close play. We've already seen a runner get picked off today.
2-2 to Esquivel. 1 man aboard, no one out in the top of the 6th. Thomas winds and deals, breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. Count is full for the rising senior Esquivel.
Another game where the Seagulls don't want to let it get away from them. We saw a 4-run deficit most of the game yesterday, and another one here today. It's a team that can itch at coming back, but haven't so far against the Crawdads.
Here's the payoff from Thomas. Swinging a foul ball off of, looks like Esquivel's leg. Batted it into himself. He stays alive, though. That's the important part. Looking for his first hit in 3 games. Casey was hitless against the Sonoma Stompers. Last one came last Saturday, June 21st, against the Arroyo Seco Saints. That 16-4 loss. Had a single in that matchup. The 3-2 from Thomas. Fastball runs outside, and Esquivel works a walk. 2 of them in this inning to lead things off for Walnut Creek, and it's Trey Johnson here with 2 aboard.
Looks like that might be it for Thomas, but there doesn't seem to be a full meeting coming at the mound, so maybe not. But there is action in the bullpen for San Francisco.
Action in the Seagulls bullpen, a mound visit here from the Seagulls pitching staff. And the dangerous Trey Johnson is up. Had a single in the 3rd, his first one in 2 games. It's been nearly a week for Johnson. His last hit prior to today came last Wednesday against the Menlo Park Legends in that 8-7 loss.
You can see in his practice swings, it's almost like a golf swing sometimes, and you don't always see that from great hitters, but he's been able to track balls well and hit them high out to the outfield.
Absolutely, and he started blistering hot with that swing for Walnut Creek. First 6 games for the Crawdads. Excuse me, first 5 games. He had hits in all of them, including 3 apiece in each of the last 2 games during that stretch. 1 for 2 today, though, trying to get his second of the day with the runner in scoring position. Thomas's first offering to the lefty inside 1-0. Johnson, the Walnut Creek native, spent his freshman year in college at Skyline. This spring, appeared in 41 games for them. .331 batting average, 38 runs batted in. 1-0 from Thomas, swinging a foul ball back. 1-1 as it bounces off the screen. Thomas, the right-hander, over at St. Peter's University. Massachusetts native, has spent 2 years there. 11.68 ERA in 12 appearances in the last 2 seasons. The 1-1 offering, breaking ball runs well inside, 2-1 to Johnson.
He's another guy with a disciplined eye as well. You want to be hesitant to pitch to if you're a pitcher, but also know that he can get on and has speed as well.
Absolutely, Johnson. Definitely one of the faster Crawdads. Thomas sets on the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals. The 2-1 grounded over to first. Landry fields and takes it to the bag himself for the first out of the inning.
Surprised that ball stayed fair. I think it was going to go toward the foul side, but productive out nonetheless.
Exactly. Moves the runners over, and the lineup turns over for Sam Jenkins. The 6'2" left-hander from Dallas, Texas. Jenkins redshirted this spring, his freshman year at Baylor, to preserve a year of eligibility for the Bears. Stuck behind some pretty good outfield depth there. Crawdad center fielder steps in on the left side, working with 2 in scoring position now. 1 down in the top of the 6th. Righty Thomas offers a breaking ball in the dirt. Chavez with a nice job getting on top of it. Saves a run from scoring on the passed ball. It'll be 1-0 on Jenkins as Walnut Creek tries to extend the 6-2 lead here in San Bruno.
He's been a little snake bitten too, putting some hard hit balls on the ground.
Yeah, 0 for 2 today, 2 groundouts and a walk. The 1-0 from Thomas. Check swing on the high fastball, but he holds the bat. 2 balls, no strikes on Jenkins. Entered today hitting .314 for Walnut Creek. Has hits in 4 of his last 5 appearances for the Dads. The 2-0 fastball bounces in front of home plate by a good 6 inches. And now it's a 3-0 count on Jenkins. Kasey in this spot, do you think he has the green light, or is he going to hold the bat?
I think he'll likely hold the bat, but if he sees a good fastball in the heart of the plate, I wouldn't be surprised with this situation.
Especially something elevated. He loves those. Here's a 3-0. Fastball upstairs, holds his bat. Goes for a strike, though. So it's 3-1 now to Jenkins.
I wonder if this could be the end of the line, possibly for Thomas, after if he gives up a walk or a hit.
Thomas winds and delivers a 3-1. Ball 4 on a fastball well upstairs. 3 walks in the inning, loads the bases for Walnut Creek, and Cam Calvillo comes up to bat. And now here's another mound visit. The infield coming in. Thomas probably done here.
Most likely, yeah, and tough outing for him in a spot where the Seagulls looked like they were gaining momentum on the hitting side.
Not a bad day for him, though. Has allowed 2 runs, not earned on the error. New pitcher on the mound here in the top of the sixth, just one down with the bases loaded. Finn Whalens, the right-hander from Sonoma State, will take things over. But there's also a pinch hitter for Walnut Creek, making his debut, Nico DeFazio. Infielder just added to the roster today. He'll take over for Cam Calvillo, who was 2 for 3. DeFazio working with the bases loaded, trying to pick up his first hit and RBI with Walnut Creek. Whalen from the stretch, the righty winds and deals, swing and a miss on the breaking ball. The 0-1 to DeFazio.
I was talking to Casey Love McGee pregame, and he said DeFazio was kind of just in the area touring schools and thought, hey, maybe go play for the Crawdads again.
Returning to the team in his 2025 debut as he waits for the 0-1. Whalen winds and delivers, swinging a base hit into right field. DeFazio with an RBI single in his pinch hit appearance. Nice start for him in 2025.
Absolutely, and that ball took a weird hop on Wald Vogel, but just one run across.
So base is still loaded for Ryan Ellis, the designated hitter for Walnut Creek. And Casey, we've seen what he's done in this situation before today. Had that grand slam back in the third. Otherwise, just 1 for 1, 2 walks. 7-2 ball game now for Walnut Creek in the top of the sixth. Bases loaded, 1 out. Whalen's first offering to Ellis. Breaking ball on the outer third, called strike. 0-1, Ellis most recently played for UT Arlington in 2024. Started 54 games for them. Hit .298 on that season, 30 runs batted in. Whalen's 0-1 breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1 to Ryan Ellis, who himself is a third-year Crawdad. Spent 2022 and 2023 with the team, former leadoff hitter. Plus power, great hit tool as well. Whalen's 1-1 from the stretch. Fastball runs outside. 2-1 to Ellis. And Casey entered today on a 2-game hitting streak against the Stompers. In totality, hitting .231 prior to today's grand slam in 8 games.
Sure, he's licking his chops right now, and the fact that he could get another.
The 2-1 from Whalen, fastball inside and upstairs. It's 3-1 to Ellis. Big hitters count. Do you think he waves the bat?
I think he could. Why not?
Who wouldn't shy away at a chance at a second grand slam? Whalen from the first base side of the rubber. The 3-1. Ball 4 on a high fastball. Ellis walks a runner in. And now it's 8-2 Walnut Creek here in the top of the sixth.
It's now 5 RBIs on the day for Ellis, and now 3 runs scored for him.
So Esquivel scores, which means Jenkins is over at third, DeFazio at second, and Ellis obviously at first. Brandon Clisby. Now he'll get a big shot with the bases juiced. Looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2. 2 ground outs and a walk. Righty Whalen's first offering to the Crawdads catcher in there for a strike. Fastball on the outer third. Clisby entered today hitting .324 in 8 games for the Dads. 12 hits, just one of them for extra bases. 7 runs batted in though. The 0-1 to the Alamo native, breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. 1-1 to Clisby, who played his high school ball at Monte Vista, where Walnut Creek plays their home games. Clisby, technically a New Mexico State man, but redshirted his freshman year after suffering a knee injury last fall that prevented him from playing. Whalen's 1-1 offering, fastball misses the outer third, 2-1 to Clisby. So before this summer, Casey, the right-handed catcher, his last competitive baseball, played in 27 games as a senior in high school, hit .455. The 2-1 from Whalen, swinging a chopper right back to him. He'll get the force out at first. Clisby over to first base is safe. Excuse me, they get the leading runner Jenkins at home on the fielder's choice.
That's the right play.
It is, heads up defense. Bases juiced, 2 down now for Riley Leininger in the 5-hole. Georgetown, Texas native, redshirted this spring at Oklahoma. Decided to hit the portal as well. So he'll be a rising redshirt freshman wherever he chooses to go next. Leininger 0 for 3 today. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Lefty takes the first pitch inside 1-0 on a fastball from Whalen. Leininger trying to extend his current 15-game on-base streak. He's yet to reach today, trying to make it 16. The 1-0 from Whalen. Breaking ball in the dirt, inside as well. 2-0 to Leininger, who's been probably the most disciplined hitter the Crawdads have. 15 walks, leads the team on the season. Whalen, the Sonoma State man, kicks and deals the 2-0. Get me over fastball on the heart of the plate. 2-1 to Leininger.
No, Leininger is probably itching to get in on the fun this game.
Hitless in his past 2 games, would like one here. Bare minimum, would love to get on base. 196 entering today. The 2-1 from Whalen. Fastball inside, 3-1. Whalen, another San Francisco native, redshirted this spring at Sonoma State, will have to hit the portal as the school is cutting athletics. The 3-1 from the 5'11" righty. Fastball in there for a strike on the inner third. Full count to Leininger.
This is a spot where you know that Whalen needs to get a strike, so Leininger might load up and take a big hack.
Leininger has yet to have an extra base hit this season. Now would be a prime opportunity for one. Whalen sets at the belt. Here's the payoff. Runners go. Swing and a miss. Fastball foul tipped technically into the glove of Chavez. So Whalen works into a bases juice jam and escapes, only allowing 1 in the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, see if the Seagulls can cut the deficit. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. It's 8-2 in favor of the Crawdads. San Francisco Seagulls up to bat here at home in San Bruno. Tate Lewis in the 5-hole will lead things off. 5, 6, 7 due up. Seagulls with a tall set. Peter Storyahan in his 2nd inning of work up to bat. Allowed a leadoff hit by pitch in the bottom of the 5th, but then struck out 3 guys swinging to get out of it. His first offering to the righty Lewis in there for a strike, 0-1. He was struggling a little bit this summer for San Francisco, hitting 147 in 14 games. As he takes a slider on the 0-1 in there, strike 2. Prior to this summer though, Lewis in the spring at Southern Illinois hit 410 in 24 games. Storyahan sets, kicks and delivers from the 3rd base side of the rubber. Slider runs too far out, 1-2.
Pretty smart for the Crawdads to be conservative with their pitching so far, just knowing they have to play tomorrow in a new matchup on the road.
Yeah, they'll go to Sonoma to play the Stompers again. Big test amongst two of the top teams in the CCL North, as the 1-2 is fouled deeply on the left side, but out of play. Lewis with a bit of pop in the bat, 2 extra base hits on the year, a double and a homer. Had 2 doubles this spring at Southern Illinois. Storyhan with the 1-2, check swing on the slider, called ball.
Storyon's approach has stayed the same ever since he's come in, just pound the zone.
It's been effective so far. He's retired 4 of the first 5 batters he's seen. Here's the 2-2 offering from the big righty. Swing and a miss. Slider gets the bite. 4 straight swinging strikeouts that Peter Storyhan has dished out.
He is dialed in.
Jalen Hodges, the second baseman, up to bat with 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Had a single in the 2nd, then struck out swinging in the 4th. Storyhan coming off of a clavicle injury this spring, I should say, at UCSB. His first offering to the righty, Hodges. Slider on the outer third, strike 1. He's only made 2 career appearances for the Gauchos, both of them in 2024 as a reliever. Didn't allow an earned run. As the 0-1 driven into shallow right field near the foul line, Cam Taylor under it for Walnut Creek, puts it away.
Now batting number 36, Derek Waldvogel.
2 down, Derek Waldvogel. Playing right field today for San Francisco is up. Had an RBI single in the 4th. Drove in Jake Brewer for the 2nd run of the day that the Seagulls are credited with. Entered today in 16 games, hitting .250. One of the better hitters as he's plunked on the first offering, back shoulder. That's 2 hit by pitches
Now batting number 40, Jackson Landry.
Storyhan has dished out.
Yeah, and he's been so dialed in. It's kind of surprising, but maybe just one that got away from him.
Now, a runner at first with 2 down to the bottom of the 6th. Jackson Landry will be the man up to bat, the first baseman for San Francisco. University of Louisiana Monroe man. Trying to get his first hit of the day. Righty Storyhan kicks and delivers from the stretch. Breaking ball runs inside. 1-0. Storyhan committed just 3 days ago to UC Davis, where he hopes to get some more playing time, staying in the University of California system. So his credits will probably transfer academically. The 1-0, swinging a foul ball backwards on the slider. 1-1 now to Landry. Storyhan, 10 strikeouts now on the season for Walnut Creek in 4 appearances. That number could climb as he's still got Landry at least. 1-2, breaking ball fouled back again. 1-2 on Landry.
Come on, straighten that out. You can do it.
Starting to see the lights turn on here as the sun goes away.
8:10 local time. Sun setting, but not all the way off the horizon yet. Righty Landry, 6'6", readies. Swing and a miss. Another slider gets a swinging strikeout. Peter Storyhan is dealing, Casey. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Walnut Creek with a chance to extend the 6-run lead right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network, here for the top of the 7th. 8-2 ball game in favor of the Crawdads as they're up to bat. Finn Whalen now in his 2nd inning of work for San Francisco. Cam Taylor will lead things off for this inning. 6, 7, 8 due up for Walnut Creek. Taylor most recently of Eastern Kentucky, 6'2" Georgia native, ready to go, looking for his first hit of the day. Righty Whalen fires a breaking ball inside, 1-0 to Taylor. Currently a rising redshirt junior. Spent time at 3 different colleges so far in his career, redshirted as a true freshman. 1-0 from Whalen on the inner third, strike 1. Taylor making his first start in right field today, has played mostly first base designated hitter, a couple games in left, but not right yet. The 1-1 from Whalen, breaking ball inside, 2-1. Taylor entered today hitting .242, tied for the CCL League lead in home runs with 2. 10 games played for Walnut Creek. The 2-1 from Whalen, chopped foul on the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor. Struggled a bit at Eastern Kentucky this spring, just 15 games for him. Hit .115, 3 runs batted in, 6 walks, but year before that at Andrew College, played in 54 games, hit .344. 2-2 from Whalen, another breaking ball inside at the knees. Full count on Cam Taylor, the man they call Bam Bam Cam because of his power.
Love to see that right here.
Absolutely, Crawdads would love some more insurance. The payoff from Whalen. Swinging a foul ball in the air on the left side. Count remains 3-2. Taylor graduated from Stevenson High School in the Atlanta area. Graduate in the class of 2021. First team All-County honoree as a senior. Was also an All-County Gold Glove selection that year as well. The 3-2 from Whalen, swinging a line drive into center field, down for a base hit. High exit velocity on that one, as Taylor, although doesn't power it out of the ballpark, sends it with some serious heat.
Yeah, and he was kind of unlucky his last time up because it was hitting to an error. 2 runs scored on, but again, he wants a base hit, and he showed why right there.
Yeah, so now Taylor has hits in each of his last 2 games, had 2 yesterday against Sonoma, excuse me, the day before against Sonoma. Either way, it's Kasey McGee up to bat. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. 1 on in the top of the 7th, no one out. Whalen from the stretch, his first offering to the lefty. In there for a strike. Fastball gets him. 0-1 to Levitt McGee. Spent last summer with the Alameda Merchants here in the CCL. Was productive there as Whalen picks off over at first, not in time. Taylor slides in safely. With the Merchants last year, Levitt McGee hit .326 in 27 games. As he slaps the 0-1 foul on the left side. 0-2 on Levitt McGee. He's got 6 walks in his past 2 games, 2 of them today, and then 4 Wednesday night in Sonoma. He's not had a hit since Saturday, June 21st against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Had 3 the day before that against the Philippines baseball group. The 0-1 skied on the left side of the infield. Brewer under it, puts it away.
Whalen's done a pretty good job, all things considered, coming in, and normally a guy who plays in the position.
Yeah, allowed 4 walks last inning, 2 runs came across. One of them on the pinch hit from Nico DeFazio, but only 2 hits in the appearance so far today. Taylor had the 1 earlier. Chris Esquivel up now as another throw over to first. Taylor still safe. Esquivel also 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Had a stolen bag as well in the 4th. First offering to him. Grounded softly over to third. Brewer flips to second for 1. The throw to first in time. 5-4-3 double play. The second one today that Escobar is grounded into ends the inning here in the top half of the seventh. We'll head to the bottom half of the frame. San Francisco due up. They'll try to cut the deficit right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome to the bottom of the seventh here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. New battery for Walnut Creek as they'll face San Francisco's offense for the seventh time today. Nathan Nino, the right-hander at the University of the Pacific, is up. Joe Coupland taking over for Brandon Clisby behind the dish, the Chabot College man. They'll face 9-1-2 for the Seagulls. Alan Ramirez will lead off. 1 for 2 today with a single. Nino's first offering to him. Fastball on the outer third, strike one. Nino with a high 80s, low 90s fastball. Also a slider and a changeup. Slow kick and deal from the righty. Another fastball in there on the outer third. 0-2 quickly on Ramirez.
Some quick confidence from Nino, pounding the zone with the fastball.
Making his 5th appearance for Walnut Creek. On 6 2/3 innings. 8.1 ERA for him. Here's the 0-2. Another fastball blows it right by him. Swing and a miss from Ramirez.
Wow, Nino, he has that speed, and it's just a matter of placing it well, finding that command. Nice strikeout.
And right now, he's commanding very well, at least with the fastball. It's the only pitch he's thrown so far. Lineup turns over. Matt Galvin with one down in the bottom of the seventh. The Calgary, Alberta native steps in, looking for a second hit of the day. Had an RBI double in the third. Takes the first offering for a strike. Another fastball from Nino. Nino, the Pacific Tiger, born and raised in Fresno, California. Looks into Coupland, gets the call. Lines and fires a fastball fouled back, 0-2. Nino struggled a little bit at UOP this spring, 17 appearances, 4 of them starts, which came at the beginning of the year. 1-3 with a 13.81 ERA. He's moved to the bullpen, found a little more success. The 0-2 from him, a high fastball, swing and a miss. 6 straight fastballs for Nathan Nino. And it's resulted in 2 swinging strikeouts. Thomas Mayer, the shortstop, now up for San Francisco.
Wow, Nino is just pounding the heat in there, dialing up the radar gun.
I like the approach. He's mixed in the off-speed stuff in previous appearances, but right now sees no need. We're gonna get timeout. And Mayer steps back in, ready to go. Looks in, gets the call from Coupland, sets below the belt. From the first base side of the rubber, delivers a fastball outside, 1-0. Takes the immaculate inning off the table with the ball there.
I wanted to see him get it. He's
too.
deserving.
But he'll try to recover now. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer third. Sticking with it. 8 straight fastballs thrown. Mayer could not catch up. The San Diego native. Hitting 133 in 9 games entering today. 0 for 3. The 1-1 from Nino. Fastball misses outside. 2-1 to Mayer. His freshman year at UC San Diego this spring. Hit 254 in 23 games. Nino kicks and delivers the 2-1. Fastball fouled back. 2-2 count on Mayer. Transferred to UOP ahead of 2025. Spent 2 years at Fresno City College, where he was pretty fantastic at the JUCO level. The 2-2 fastball just misses the outer third. Nino thought that was strike 3. He started jogging back to the dugout. Instead of the punch out, it's a full count on Mayer. Rising sophomore, originally born in Scottsdale, Arizona, moved out to San Diego. Stayed there ever since. Torrey Pines High School and UCSD. Here's the payoff from Nino. Fastball grounded over to short. DeFazio drops it originally, picks it up, and throws it to Levitt McGee in time. A little bit of a rough transition, but 3 up, 3 down. Nathan Nino with a spotless first inning of relief. We'll head to the top of the 9th, see if Walnut Creek can extend the lead here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the top of the 8th here on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek with 9-1-2 due up. Trey Johnson will lead off as Finn Whalen stays on the hill. Couple defensive substitutions. Hodges moves to shortstop. Ramirez goes to second, and Santaga takes over in left field. Whalen's first offering to the lefty. Swing and a miss on the fastball outside. So Thomas Mayer, his day will be done after that last at-bat. Johnson 1 for 2 today. Swings and misses at the 0-1 breaking ball. Quickly an 0-2 count to him. He tries to get his second hit of the day in the leadoff spot in this inning. Whalen looks in to Chavez, gets the call. Kicks and delivers. Swinging a ground ball softly on the first base side. Remains no balls, 2 strikes to Johnson. So the trademark Seagulls defensive substitutions in the late innings coming into effect here. The 0-2 from Whalen, swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball. Johnson retired, turns over the lineup. Sam Jenkins up to bat. 0 for 2 today, 2 walks, 2 groundouts. So he tries to get his first hit of the day. 1 down in the top of the 8th, no one on. Jenkins, a 6'2", 225-pound lefty from Baylor. Check swing on the first offering from Whalen. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate, strike 1. Looks like Jenkins didn't go around, but it was called strike anyway. Whalen looks in. On the first base side of the rubber, winds and fires. Another looping breaking ball, this time high. 1-1 to Jenkins. Dallas native has 11 hits in 11 games for Walnut Creek. 3 of them for extra bases, 1 of each type as he laces a single into shallow right field. That one rolls back to Wald Vogel, kind of in the deeper part of the field. But it's a 1-out single for Sam Jenkins, his first of the day, and extends his hitting streak.
Yeah, and there you go, Sam Jenkins. Finally getting on base via the hit and had a pair of walks and had some good at-bats. Good to see him come around with one.
Absolutely. So now it's Nico DeFazio playing shortstop now after the pinch hit appearance for Kim Calvillo in the 6th. Bringing with a man aboard. First offering to the righty. In there for a strike, 0-1. DeFazio, another returning Crawdad. And as the middle infield depth for Walnut Creek a little bit thin. The 0-1 offering, breaking ball on the outer third, strike 2 called. DeFazio, a little bit of a half swing there, wanted to go around, but ultimately decided against it. Quickly 0-2 on him, 1 aboard in the top of the 8th, 1 down. Whalen from the stretch, the 0-2 fastball, strike 3 called on the outer third. And DeFazio, 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, kind of unlucky for DeFazio after how hard he hit the ball when he came in initially. But here's another guy who can hit the ball hard.
Absolutely, Ryan Ellis up to bat, 1 for 1 today, 3 walks, a grand slam, and 5 total runs driven in. 4 of them obviously on the big fly, 1 of them on his last walk in the 6th. We'll try to get Jenkins across from first, but he'll take the first offering from Whalen. Curveball for a strike. 0-1 to the lefty Ellis, playing designated hitter today. He's bounced around between second base, start or 2 at outfield, and some time in the designated hitter spot. The 0-1 breaking ball, swinging a ground ball over to second. Ramirez misses it with the glove, and Ellis reaches on the error.
That's that sloppy defense we've seen from San Francisco a lot this series.
So now it would be Brandon Clisby due up, but instead it's Joe Coupland as he took over in the previous half inning defensively at catcher. Coupland, the 6-foot Danville native, spent the spring at Chabot College. Rising sophomore working with 2 aboard, 2 down in the top of the 8th. Whalen's first offering to the righty. Fastball over the middle, strike 1. Coupland's been a pretty productive hitter for Walnut Creek. 6 games played entering today, hitting .333. 4 hits, 2 of them for extra bases, a double and a homer. Whalen with the 0-1 offering, breaking ball runs inside. 1-1 to Coupland, who also pitches for Walnut Creek and Chabot. 3 appearances on the mound for the Crawdads this summer, 11 for Chabot in the spring. Now the 1-1 from Whalen. Fastball swinging a deep fly ball into right field. Wald Vogel near the foul territory line makes the squeeze. So the Crawdads strand 2 in the top of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom half of the frame. Seagulls still trailing by 6. Welcome back to the bottom of the 8th on the Crawdads streaming network. San Francisco Seagulls up to bat, down by 6 here in this 8-2 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Jake Brewer will lead things off. 3-4-5 due up for San Francisco. Cam Krogan, the new pitcher on the hill for Walnut Creek. And Casey Krogan has arguably been the best reliever for Walnut Creek this season. 8 appearances for him. He's 1-0 with an 0.98 ERA.
Yeah, he's not a guy you typically expect in this spot, since we know the Crawdads have a comfortable lead. But again, a guy you want to keep loose because he's built on confidence.
Absolutely. Has not pitched since June 24th. That was Tuesday in the 4-2 win over the Stompers. Allowed a hit and 2 walks in that appearance. His first offering to Brewer, strike 1. Swings on the fastball. Krogan, a rising junior at Pepperdine, a Danville native though, standing at 6'4", 210 pounds. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball outside, 1-1 to Brewer. Krogan with a bit of an interesting windup. Low 3/4 arm delivery and not a high leg kick. Just kind of rocks back as the 1-1 grounded. Fair ball over to third. Leininger with a rocket throw, but it's offline, not in time anyway. So Jake Brewer, his second single of the day. Leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 8th. Carson Chavez, the catcher, up now. Krogan not unfamiliar with facing base runners, or facing batters with runners aboard. Has only allowed 1 earned run on the year. That's just his 3rd hit allowed this season. He'll face another righty in Chavez. First offering to him, fastball misses the outer third. And despite kind of the short windup and the low arm angle, Casey, Krogan has plenty of velocity on the heater.
He does. Just has to keep it in check, because we saw his last outing. Command got all the way a little bit.
The 1-0 offering fastball nearly in the dirt. Quickly a 2-0 count on Chavez, the Long Beach native. Krogan looks into Coupland now for the call. Played at San Ramon Valley High School, the rival of Monte Vista, where the Crawdads play. Breaking ball in the opposite batter's box allows Brewer to take second. So now no threat of the double play. And perhaps even worse, a 3-0 count on the 4-hitter Chavez.
Yeah, that's that command Krogan had kind of struggled with last game. Didn't give him any earned runs, but a few unearned.
Krogan sets on the first base side of the rubber, fires a fastball, misses the outer third. 4-pitch walk to Chavez, and there are 2 aboard as the designated hitter Tate Lewis comes to bat. Crawdads do possess a 6-run advantage here in the bottom of the 8th, but still with 2 on, want to limit as much damage as possible. Krogan has been pretty spotless, like we mentioned off the top of this inning. Obviously, the 3-game no earned run streak for the Crawdads bullpen came to an end today. First offering to Lewis, fastball down the middle, strike 1. It's a good recovery pitch, Casey.
It is, yeah. In this spot, can get the double play now if you want it.
Krogan looks into Coupland, sets at the belt with the call. The 0-1. Fastball yanked outside. 1-1 to Lewis, the Southern Illinois man. Played his high school at Pleasant Grove in Utah, but went to Chandler Gilbert Community College in Arizona. He was born in Mesa, came back to his roots. The 1-1 check swing. The ball gets away from Coupland. Throw to third, not in time. Looked like it had a chance to get the leading runner, Brewer. Ultimately, it did not. So, runners at the corners now. 0-2 count, or excuse me, 1-2 count on Lewis. Krogan winds and fires, fouled back. Fastball gets the bite, but Lewis flares it off the end of the bat. Lewis 0 for 2 today, a strikeout looking, 1 swinging, and a walk. Looking for his first hit of the day with a runner in scoring position. 1-2 slider in the dirt. 2-2 count to Lewis.
Now is the point where it really starts to get dark, nearing 9 p.m. Not quite yet, but prepare to not be able to see the outfield.
Yeah, still in that kind of dusk mode. The 2-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. Lewis out in front. So swinging strikeout for the first out of the inning.
3 strikeouts for Lewis. Another tough offensive day at the plate for him.
Indeed, so 1 down, runner still on the corners for now the shortstop Jalen Hodges. Cal State East Bay man, 174, 17 games entering today. Takes the first offering outside, 1-0 from Krogan. Hodges 1 for 3 today, had a single in the second. That was the first hit of the game for the Seagulls. 1-0 offering from Krogan, ground ball over to Esquivel at second. Flips for 1, the throw to first, pulls Casey Levitt McGee off the bag. Waldvogel scores on the fielder's choice. So now it's an 8-3 ball game. Seagulls cut the deficit to 5, but they're 2 down and just 1 aboard in the bottom of the 8th.
That's the first earned run Krogan's given up in quite some time.
Indeed it is. So now, Derek Waldvogel, the right fielder, is up. He'll try to do some damage with 1 aboard and 2 down. Krogan's first offering to him. Breaking ball on the outer third, strike 1. Waldvogel, the San Mateo native, goes to Skyline College in the Bay Area. Didn't play there this spring, though. Swings and misses at the 0-1 offering. Quickly down 0-2. Krogan seeming to find the strikes here. And he'll try to put away Waldvogel on 3 pitches. Sets from the stretch. Check swing on the high fastball. Did he go around? No, he did not, the appeal to first says. So it's 1-2. The 1-2 to the righty. Breaking ball in the opposite batter's box gets away from Coupland and allows Hodges to go to second. So now a runner in scoring position and an RBI opportunity for Waldvogel.
Should count as a stolen base over there for Hodges. Looked like he was leaving before the ball got away.
I would agree with that. Hodges, plenty of speed on the paths. That his 5th stolen bag of the year. 2-2 from Krogan. Off speed, breaks outside. Full count to Waldvogel now. Had an RBI single in the 4th. Scored the 2nd run of the day for San Francisco. Krogan looks back to second, and the payoff. Fastball bounces in the dirt. Hodges goes over to third. 2 walks in the inning. Runners on the corners once again. Cam Krogan struggling a bit with his command at the moment, Casey, but still a favorable opportunity for him in relief as the Crawdads are up 5 at the bottom of the 8th, 2 down.
It's hard when he throws hard as he does to sometimes locate the pure force he has out of the bullpen.
And that force with such a interesting motion doesn't need a high leg kick. Instead, he kind of just drives back and rocks forward with a whole lot of might. Either way, it's Jackson Landry up to bat in the 8 hole. Landry 0 for 2 today. Fly out, a walk, and a strikeout swinging. Landry, the 6'6" righty from the University of Louisiana Monroe, steps in. Krogan's first offering to him. Fastball bounces out of Coupland's glove. Pitch was outside anyway, so called ball 1. Landry in 16 games with the Seagulls this season, hitting 179, entering today. Still looking for his first hit of the game. The 1-0 delivery, breaking ball in the dirt, 2-0. Krogan trying to get the final out of the frame. Send the Crawdads back up to bat in the top of the 9th. Shakes off an offering, then agrees on something from Coupland. Here it is on the 2-0. Fastball outside, 3-0.
To your point, reaching back a little bit too far still, trying to do a little too much.
Landry, 9 walks on the season, trying to pick up his 10th here on the 3-0 count. Also does have 20 strikeouts, so should Krogan put something in the zone, might get a bite. Puts the 3-0 in the zone on the fastball over the middle, 3-1. No swing there from Landry, but now you have to wonder if he will swing at a 3-1 offering. Krogan from the belt, the 3-1. Breaking ball runs inside. Bases are loaded on 2 straight walks for Alan Ramirez.
You don't want to let this game get away. I mean, you're up 5 if you're the Crawdads, but you don't want to give them these free passes to let them think they have a chance of coming back.
Now, the second or third time the Crawdads have had the bases loaded for San Francisco while the Seagulls have been up to bat. So far, they've been able to get out of these jams. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Chavez at third. Excuse me. Hodges at third. While Vogel at second, Landry at first. Ramirez, now the second baseman for San Francisco after the defensive changes in the last half inning. Fouls off the first offering from Krogan. Fastball chopped on the right side down the third baseline. Ramirez transferred to San Jose State ahead of 2025, but did not see any action for the Spartans. Spent 2 years at Mission College, or 1 each at Mission College and West Valley, as the 0-1 fastball runs in. 1-1 to Ramirez, the Santa Clara native. And a single back in the third, trying to pick up his second hit of the day. The 1-1 from Krogan. Grounded over to third. Leininger just steps on the bag. And the Crawdads strand 3 runners with the bases juiced. Will head to the top of the 9th, see if they can extend the 8-3 lead right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. So pardon us, it is going to be, no, it will not. It is an out. Looks like there might have been a foul ball called. Either way, we'll head to the top of the 9th right after this. Welcome back to the top of the 9th here on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up to bat. Riley Leininger due up 5-6-7 for the Dads here in this inning. Finn Whalen still on the hill, now in his 4th inning of work. Excuse me, his 3rd inning of work.
Impressive stuff from him so far. I mean, he's given up a few runs, but Crawdads team have had the Seagulls' number so far this year.
Lead by 5 here. First offering to Leininger, fouled backwards. The 0-1 to the former Oklahoma Sooner. Leininger 0 for 4 today, in jeopardy of breaking his 15-game on-base streak as he swings and misses at the 0-1 curveball outside. 0-2 on him now. Leads the Crawdads with 15 walks. Would love one of those or a hit here. The 0-2 from the righty Whalen. Off speed outside. First ball of the at-bat. Leininger, the rising redshirt freshman from Georgetown, Texas. Said he might want to go to a junior college in Texas, but he'll see what the portal offers him. The 1-2, swinging a foul ball backwards again. This time slightly towards the left side.
He's had a tough game, I'm sure. At this point in the game, he knows his team is likely going to win, but would love to get on in the action.
Absolutely, would love to increase his own counting stats. Not a bad season so far, all things considered. High OPB. Whalen from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2, swing and a miss on the off-speed stuff high in the zone. 3 strikeouts today for Leininger. Brings up Cam Taylor now. 1 down in the top of the 9th. Taylor singled back in the 7th. It's his 2nd straight game now with a base hit. Had one on Wednesday, 2 of them actually, against the Stompers. Prior to that, Taylor was in a 4-game drought. Whalen winds and deals. Lefty swings and misses. Another nasty off-speed pitch from Whalen. Pitched into both some strikeouts and some weak contact as Taylor makes an adjustment, steps up in the box. The 0-1 offering another off-speed pitch, misses high. 1-1. This is interesting, Casey. We've seen Crawdads batters have been back in the batter's box mostly, but Taylor up now for what could be the first time today.
He's eager.
The 1-1 from Whalen. Swings in, foul tips the fastball into Chavez's glove. 1-2 to the lefty from Georgia.
You're right, he's way up in the box.
Whalen sets at the belt, lines and fires. Swinging a deep line drive into shallow center field. Galvin sliding, does he have the grab? No, he does not. A 2nd single on the day for Cam Taylor.
Yeah, he's put the ball in play well. These past few times, of course, had the error a couple times ago, but it's been hard hit balls for him ever since he moved up in the box.
Absolutely, so a nice adjustment. That's some good baseball knowledge from him. 1 out, 1 aboard in the top of the 9th for Casey Levitt McGee. It's 0 for 2 today, 2 walks, a ground out and a fly out. Searching for his first hit in the past 3 games now. Righty Whalen delivers an off-speed pitch outside. 1-0 to Levitt McGee. This spring at Laney College. Played 43 games, hit .385, 36 runs batted in. The 1-0 line foul on the left side into the Crawdad bullpen. 1-1 to Levitt McGee. Entered today hitting 176 in 11 games for Walnut Creek. 6 hits, 2 of them doubles. Now has 14 walks, just 8 strikeouts on the year. The 1-1 from Whalen. Curveball runs inside, 2-1. Levitt McGee making his first start at first base today. Something he has not been asked to do, but with John Ewens getting the day off and Joey Donnelly away visiting schools, left a void there that Levitt McGee filled. Throw over to first. Taylor slides in safely.
Levitt McGee had that nice pick over at first on one of the turn double plays the Crawdads had.
Indeed, it's been pretty stalwart over there. The 2-1 from Whalen, swinging a ground ball into the Seagulls dugout now. Bounced over the fence and dribbled into the bullpen there. 2-2 to Levitt McGee. Trying to continue his streak of fantastic baseball in terms of his collegiate career. 2-2 from Whalen. Taylor goes on a ball 3 called in there safely on the stolen bag. Cam Taylor flashes the speed, grabs his 3rd swipe of the year.
Great jump.
Absolutely not a guy that you would entirely think is a speedy threat on the paths. Standing at 6'2", 220 pounds. But gets a big jump there. So now it's a full count on Levitt McGee. Whalen looks back to second, fires a fastball upstairs, the 3rd walk of the game for Casey Levitt McGee, his 7th in 2 games.
Wow, I mean, I talked to him a little bit after that 4-walk performance, and he said 3 of those, they weren't really pitching to him, but one of them, he was working good at bats, and that one was a good at bat.
Absolutely. It was quickly down 0-2, works all the way back. So there's 2 aboard and 1 out for Chris Esquivel. Looking for his first hit of the day. 2 ground outs, 2 walks for him. Former St. Mary's Gale readies in the right-handed batter's box. Whalen looks off Taylor. Here's a ground ball over to third. Brewer flips to second for 1. And over to first, double play. 5-4-3 once again. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Crawdads trying to close this one out, even though it won't be a save opportunity. We'll have it right here after this. Welcome to the bottom of the 9th here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. New pitcher for Walnut Creek. It's Braden Barnes to try to close this one out. Also, we're going to get a pinch hitter here, Ben Resnick, the catcher.
He was their best pitcher yesterday.
Indeed he was. Had some nice shutout innings for Walnut Creek, or excuse me, for San Francisco. Barnes, formerly an Arizona State Sun Devil, committed to New Mexico State just last week on June 20th. Second in the CCL in strikeouts this year as he delivers a fastball, swing and a miss. Resnick well out in front.
Barnes coming off an outing where he had 7 strikeouts in limited action.
Went 3 1/3 inning against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Allowed just 2 hits, 7 Ks, was shutout, even though it was a 16-4 loss. The 0-1 fastball fouled back quickly, 0-2 on Resnick. As Barnes doing what he does best. Rising junior, a strikeout artist here for Walnut Creek. All CCL reliever last year with the Crawdads, trying to earn that same honor this year. Lefty sets from the first base side of the rubber, breaking ball on the 0-2, called strike 3. We've seen him paint the zone with the heaters to get most of his strikeouts, but there, a nice slider does the job.
A lot of break on the slider, and again, like you said, I mean, when he had those 7 strikeouts, almost all of them, he was blowing by fastballs time after time, but good to see him mix it up.
1 down in the bottom of the 9th. Shane Santaga is up. Took over left field duties after Thomas Mayer was substituted for. He'll take a fastball inside, strike 1 called. Barnes, the Chandler, Arizona native, was number 3 overall lefty in the state of Arizona out of Basha High School. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball blows right past Santaga. So 2 quick 0-2 counts. Barnes looking into Coupland for the call. Lefty sets at the chest. High kick, deals, swing and a miss. Fastball foul tip, technically doesn't matter. 22 strikeouts on the year now for Barnes.
Wow, and again, Now 9 in, the last 3 or so innings of work he's gone?
Last 4 technically. He went 3 1/3 against the Saints. Either way, 9 in his last 2 appearances. It's Jake Brewer up as the last out for San Francisco, down by 5 here. Barnes first offering to the righty. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Dials up that low 90s heater and it has such life on it. Casey, it's been nearly unhittable.
Yeah, I wish we had the radar gun up here.
Barnes winds and deals. Fastball on the outer third, called strike 2. Brewer working from the right-handed batter's box. He's got 2 singles today. Would love a 2-out single. Here's the 0-2 from Barnes. Check swing, strike 3 called, an immaculate inning for Braden Barnes. 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts, and the Crawdads win 8-3 in San Bruno.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen an immaculate inning in person, so you'll love to see it.
Absolutely. What a masterful performance we were treated to from Braden Barnes. And overall, Casey, a great win for Walnut Creek. That's their 4th straight as they improve to 12-5 on the year. They'll play Sonoma at their place tomorrow, and then they'll come back to Danville to play the Seagulls again before they get the day off on Monday. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. We'll be right back tomorrow, 6 o'clock start on Pacific Daylight Time. Don't miss it, right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network.